Welcome everyone to November's Oil Hub. We're really excited. We've got lots of lovely things to share with you, from making your own ginger shot, tackling mold, learning to look after your gut and the diversity that we need in the microbiome. It's going to be fascinating, as well as some self-care and things about skincare. And then we have the bonus feature at 8 p.m. Julia is going to go through lymphatic drainage using the gua sha stone. So even if you don't have what we're recommending, if you just come on and listen in and watch the technique that she'll be demonstrating, we can record that section so you can play it back later, so you can get the technique going for yourself. So if you want, once this session's finished, you can jump off, make yourself a drink, feel free to wash your face if you do want to do the technique. And then at 8 p.m. we'll be back on here. So get yourself a glass of wine or something. Get yourself comfy, because it's going to be like a bit of a pampering session. Lovely. So first of all, we're going to hand over to Lisa, and she's going to be talking about ways we can tackle mold naturally. Over to you, Lisa.
Thank you. Right then. Thank you very much. Right, I shall start sharing screen. And here we go. Okay, so there's a couple of good reasons for doing this. One, it's been quite a big issue that we've had to tackle in our own home this year. So I think it's quite an important topic, especially at this time of year. So we're just going to talk a little bit about dealing with mold in the body as well as in the home. So in short, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to talk about the problem, why it is such an issue, the symptoms that it can cause within the body, and then we're going to look at clearing the home of mold and mold spores and the problems that they cause, and then supporting the body as well. Okay, so first of all, the problem. So there's 12 main molds that kind of affect our homes in the UK, although there is actually known to be hundreds of molds that can affect us. So there's 12 main ones. But each one of those can then produce up to 4 different mycotoxins. And the mycotoxins are what is dangerous or really not so good for our bodies. So that's the toxins that are produced by the molds, and they can go on to severely affect our health. Okay, so these are some of the symptoms of mold toxicity on our health. So skin rashes, headaches, allergies, depression, inflammation within the body, fatigue, nausea, insomnia, respiratory issues. There's just so many different issues that can affect us systemically within our bodies. You might notice sometimes you walk into a room and you just start sneezing straight away, and it's quite often going to be because there's mold spores in there. So that's some of the issues. So let's have a look at some of the things we can do to prevent mold from being an issue. One being reducing humidity in the home. So we can buy various dehumidifiers if that is a problem. Now, diffusing can be a little bit controversial. I'm going to go into that. So diffusing antifungal oils daily can be really useful as a preventative if you don't have a damp house, especially in the colder months. But what if you do? What if you don't want to add more moisture to the air by diffusing? Well, if you're familiar with the different diffusers that we do, you'll realise that there's quite a few that are not water diffusers. So it might be that if your home is prone to damp, you might choose to use the mist diffuser that plugs into the wall that just diffuses the oil straight away. We've got the pebble diffusers as well, the ones where you just walk past and they puff out the oil. So they might be an option if you do find that you have a damp house. And then another one, the reason that we had the problem, unknown to us, there was a leak going down the inside wall from the upstairs bathroom into the cupboard in the dining room. This has been going on since we moved in 2 years ago. And so unknown to us, there was loads of mold in the cupboard behind the wall, and that was what was causing us the issue. So if you do have any leaks or any maintenance issues, that's definitely something you want to look at. Okay. If you do notice that there are some mold, or there is some mold on the walls, some black mold is what you would tend to find. So you may have noticed there's quite a lot of things on Instagram at the moment saying don't be spraying the mold with wet stuff because that releases all the dust in the air. And there's certainly truth to that. So some of the advice would be, because we don't want to release those mycotoxins and then inhale them and have them going in through our skin. So some find it useful to follow this protocol. So using straight white still distilled vinegar in a bottle, and then add your essential oils to that. I've got a little recipe on the next. But one of the good ones, or some of the good ones, is peppermint, abavite, lemon, tea tree. They're all really good. It is suggested that you wear a mask and gloves whilst you're spraying the area of concern, because obviously then that is as you're killing the mold with whatever you're killing it with, that's going to then release the mycotoxins. We don't want to be breathing those in really. So it is suggested to wear a mask and gloves whilst you're spraying it, and then just leave the room for 15 minutes, let everything settle, and then come back and wipe the areas clean. So that's quite a good suggestion if you do find some mold in your house, but it's not too big of an issue. Okay, so here's a good example recipe. This one's really going to go for it, isn't it? It's got tea tree, wild orange, clove, and oregano in there. So 4 of the most potent antifungal oils you can get. So I think that's a really good recipe. I'll let you screenshot that if you want. So just using your normal spray bottles. Okay, so obviously we are going to be exposed to mold. I mean, even if you go for a walk in the woodlands, there's mold in there. That's how the leaves are going to go back into the soil. There's mold sort of affecting them. We're going to be breathing that in. There's nothing we can do about that. And there's no reason for us to be overly concerned if we are quite healthy, because our body can deal with exposure to mold. However, how well our body's detoxing goes a long way to helping us with that process. So how can we support our body's detox pathways? First of all, lymphatic drainage support. There is no pump within our lymphatic system, so we have to help it along by movement. So obviously, we've talked a lot about dry body brushing. We've talked about using a vibration plate. They're quite good. Rebounders. There's lots of ways of supporting our lymphatic drainage, but that is a really great way of just sort of getting rid of anything that's going on and infecting the body. And then awareness of foods that promote fungal growth. We probably will do something a little bit more specific and longer in terms on this. That goes into a little bit more detail with this. But yeah, just being aware of foods that promote fungal growth or inhibit fungal growth. For example, making simple swaps like peanuts to almonds, because peanuts grow in the ground, they're going to have more propensity to have mold in them. There's been tests done that every single peanut butter jar has got mold and mycotoxins in. So it's quite an easy swap to just, which is less likely. And then there's also foods that will help tackle fungal growth as well. For example, we've all heard an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and it's quite true. Apples are really antifungal in their properties, so that's a good thing we can be doing, just consistently eating foods that inhibit fungal growth and just sort of help our bodies consistently deal with anything that they're taking in. And then hydration is something we bring up almost every month, isn't it? But it's just so important. Get your citrus oils, get a nice good quality water, and just make sure you're drinking plenty through the day. It's really vital to just keeping everything moving and keeping our detox pathways open. And then if you do feel like it's an issue, you feel like you do struggle to detox, then there are key supplements that support the liver and kidney, such as a endocrine complex. That's a really good one. It's got milk thistle in there, it's got marshmallow, it's got lots of different things that are really important for kidney and liver support. So there's plenty you can be doing there to help ideally prevent any issue, but also help if your body is struggling in this way. Okay. Some top antifungal oils, so you can have a look. There's plenty of antifungal oils. Here's some of my favourites. I'm sure within your toolkit you've got some of those that you can be using. And then just a little point at the end. If you do suspect that many of your health issues are due to mold toxicity, don't neglect it. Don't forget to get it sorted. Probably need to go to a medical professional just to sort of confirm what's going on. And if needed, get your home environment sorted. You may need professionals in again to get to the bottom of the issue. So it it really does depend how big of a problem it is to you. But ideally, if it's small, if it's just a small issue, or if you're trying to prevent it, then a lot of the measures we've talked about tonight would be really, really useful for you, especially at this time of year. Okay, so I think that's it from me. That's a little bit later on. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to hand back to Rachel.
Thank you, Lisa. That's really interesting. I've definitely saved that screenshot so I can make a mold spray. That's lovely. So we're going to go into the microbiome now. Very exciting little presentation we've got from the lovely Jo. Jo's just recently done lots of studying with her bioresonance training, and she's just a very, very knowledgeable person with regards to anything to do with the guts, the body, and how to balance things. So we're going to invite Jo Hayton on now, and she's going to talk about the microbiome. There we go. Welcome, Jo.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk about my current favourite product from doTERRA, the PB Restore. We hear a lot just at the moment. It seems to be a fashionable topic about the microbiome. But the more we learn, the more important we find that it is. And there are so many things that can disrupt the microbiome, and it affects so many, in fact, all of the systems of the body. So it is super important that we keep it healthy. And we're going to look at a couple of ways that we can do that, and how doTERRA really are market leaders in their product for the PB Restore. So yes, Rachel has got some fantastic slides for me, so thank you for dealing with that. And yeah, there's an interesting study done by the United Nations Food and Agriculture. They did a decade on biodiversity in agriculture, and some of the findings are crazy, really. A couple that are mentioned on there, 75% of the food consumed by humans comes from just 12 plants and 5 animals. I couldn't believe that when I read that. That's crazy, especially when you consider there is at least 30,000 known edible plants that are edible for humans, and we tend to use about 150 or 200 of them, and yet just 12 plants provide 75% of the world's food. It's crazy. So you can see from that really how narrow the diversity can get as farmers struggle to create the profits that they need. They hone in on the more high yield, and they breed more high yield crops, and so the produce gets narrower and narrower in variety, so that we're now at this state. And some of the findings of that study over the decade are quite alarming, but we try not to dwell on that too much. Yeah, so there's the statistics, and 4% of the 250 to 300,000 known edible plant species, but about 30,000 that humans are edible for humans, and only 3 contribute 60% of the calories and proteins obtained by humans from plants. So a huge market there for rice, maize or corn, and wheat. So this is a problem for our gut, because we need the diversity in the microbiome to be able to remain healthy, because almost 80% of our immune system is contained within the gut. And if we don't look after that, then obviously our immunity can be compromised, and disease is just waiting to happen, really. So there's an excellent video that doTERRA have produced that was because PB Restore has been around for a little while, but it's only this month that it's become available just as a standalone product, because previously you've only been able to purchase it as part of a kit, but now we're able to buy it just on its own, and I'm hopeful that Rachel has got that video somewhere. There it is. And this gives you some excellent detail about the product. Can anybody hear that? I don't have any sound on my side.
No, we can't hear it.
Just bear with, I'll just optimize the sound. Sorry about that. I'll start again. Share sound. Let's go.
That's because each of these bacteria play a crucial role in the body's mission to keep us happy and healthy. They help to break down the food we eat, strengthen our body's defense system, manage energy, and so much more.
Sorry, I'm having some technical issues tonight. 1 second. I've gone in presenter view and it's messed me up, so bear with. Need to get out of presenter view because it's like... Right, okay. Third time. Share sound. There we go. And just there.
What if I told you that this is the key to being happier and healthier? The answer is within you. Science is now learning that humans are made up of approximately 70 trillion cells. 38 trillion belong to an invisible organ that lives in and on the body, made up of microbes, bacteria, and fungi. This is called, wait for it, the microbiome. The microbiome affects basically everything. That's because each of these bacteria play a crucial role in the body's mission to keep us happy and healthy. They help to break down the food we eat, strengthen our body's defense system, manage energy, and so much more. The problem is, because of processed foods, poor sleep, and overall stressful lifestyles, we are constantly introducing unwanted bacteria into our bodies. These unwanted bacteria consume the limited space in our gut, leaving no room for beneficial bacteria to exist. So, what do? To restore balance and diversity to the microbiome, we need some support. For a long-term and effective approach, PB Restore has your back, literally. Here's how it works. After years of study and research, we figured out a two-part approach to eliminate unwanted bacteria and introduce beneficial bacteria back into the microbiome. PB Restore uses 4 types of bacteriophages, or good viruses, that act as secret agents. They enter the gut to target and eliminate unwanted bacteria from our system. Once we've freed up some well-deserved real estate for the good guys, PB Restore floods the microbiome with approximately 18 billion active cells made up of pre- and postbiotics. This means that the beneficial bacteria are here to stay. And good bacteria means strong results. Diversity of bacteria and fungi ensures that your body has the tools that it needs to help keep you living happy and healthy. Simply put, when you take care of your microbiome, it takes care of you. Try PB Restore today. And don't worry, if you're not satisfied, PB Restore is backed by our 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose.
So the 4 Ps, I love that. Prebiotics, probiotics, postbiotics, and then phages, bacteriophages. Now these are amazing little viruses, as you saw in the video, that really just help to protect from unwanted microbes that can enter into the microbiome. So really superb. And it's a market leader because it is the only probiotic complex that includes phages.
What if I told you that this
And sadly, we need these kind of products these days because we don't get the enough nutrition in our diet. Sadly, as Lisa mentioned, an apple a day perhaps once did keep the doctor away, but nowadays you'd need to eat about 50 a day to be able to keep a doctor away, because they reckon that about 38% of the nutrition in food has dwindled away over the past few decades, particularly from the 1950s. I think most of the studies come. So to enable us to take whatever nutrition we can from the food that we're eating, a healthy gut is essential, and the PB Restore can help in that. So there's a few statistics about what's contained in there. 29 total strains, 8 total genus, 22 total species, a really good diverse variety of bacteria and of course the phages, and that compared to the product that we had previously, or is still available, but I guess gradually will be phased out. You can see that it's streets ahead. And then I think if the next one, yes, so alongside the PB Restore, they have the new and improved PB Assist. And again, you can see the comparison there. And I found it interesting about where it says 7 billion AFU and CFU, what the difference there was. And the AFU is, if I get this right, it's active fluorescent units, which means that those are actually, they can guarantee that those will actually be live at the time that you take the product rather than at the time of manufacture, which is it's important, that point, because many of the probiotics on the market will give the quantity at manufacture, not really taking into account that it'll sit in a storeroom somewhere for a while, it'll sit on a shelf for a while, and then before we actually take it. But here, doTERRA have been careful to make sure that at the point that you take the product, that is what you get in. So again, really, really quality product. And I think the next one gives it again a comparison. Is doTERRA recommend obviously that we take the two together because the microbiome covers the entire body. I think if you noticed in the images in the video that it was showing parts of the body other than the gut, because we have a microbiome all over our body and that needs to be supported. And so the PB Assist in the sachets is gut specific. So that has 13 different probiotic strains in the gut, for the gut. But the PB Restore is more of a full body probiotic, and that contains 24 strains. So if you're to combine the two and take them together, which is the recommendation, you're looking at, is it 43 total microbes that are you taking with the probiotics and the phages. Incredible support for the gut, that's and for the microbiome generally, because it is under attack. When you think about the antibiotics that we're given, the medications that can wreak havoc in your gut, the sanitizers during COVID especially, there was such a lot of sanitizers being used, which, and especially on children, when they obviously clean their hands with the sanitizer, and of course with children being children, the hands go in the mouth and the sanitizer therefore goes in the mouth, and the gut starts in the mouth. So it is it's under attack, and we need to give it the support, that whatever support we can. And this is a fantastic way to do it. And just on that point, it is safe for children to take. 2 years and above, they can be given half a sachet and build up to a full sachet over a couple of weeks. And then from 4 and above, a complete sachet is fine. And it's interesting also how, because when I don't know if you've taken the sachet, but it feels like it just melts away in your mouth. But actually, the bacteria are micro-encapsulated, so that as they go and travel through the gut, they are protected against the harsh stomach acid and actually can make it through to where they need to be. So they're actually live and active when they arrive where they need to be. So again, they've thought of everything really. And the PB Restore is in the dual capsule. So again, able to go to where it needs to go, all the way down through to the colon for the protection in there as well. So again, as I say, my favourite product at the moment, the PB Restore, and the Assist combined with it. And I've had a number of clients who've come to me for bioresonance, where we've picked up on various issues, and really we've just recommended that they start to repair their gut, and the changes that they've been made, brilliant. So we're really pleased at the way it's working. People are seeing the benefit, so I can highly recommend it. And on that note, I'll pass back to Rachel.
Thank you so much, Jo. That was really, really so interesting. I just wanted to ask as well, is it it's 1 a day, isn't it, you recommend for people?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
1 a day.
1 a day. And there was something else I wanted to ask. Just the uniqueness of the capsule compared to others on the market. Because I've not seen anything with it looks quite strange, doesn't it? The dual encapsulation. What's the reason for that?
Yeah, well, again, it's making sure that the product reaches all the places that it needs to go, because so many, I mean, if you think of like the liquids that you can take, and the yogurt style probiotics, and there's no guarantee that they're going to actually make it through the stomach.
Yeah,
very strong stomach acid. So by encapsulating it in that dual capsule, it can ensure that it goes through there and gets to the lower parts of the digestive system where it's needed.
That's brilliant. So it's going to cover everything. Yeah, so it's like a little suitcase until it gets to the right destination and it all opens up.
But they do recommend with that you take it whilst your digestion is active. Don't take it at night, because your digestion slows at night, so you don't want it sitting around in your stomach. So take it during the day with a meal, preferably, whilst your digestion is active, and the transit will just be smooth and will go, and it'll be distributed where it needs to be.
Good advice. And is the recommendation to store it in a cool place afterwards?
Once it's opened, best to be kept in the fridge. Yeah.
That's good to know if anyone's got it, to get it in the fridge, or outside if you live in Yorkshire. Feels like yeah, and the lakes. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Jo. That's so interesting. I think we'll all be trying that out and seeing how it really enhances our health and well-being. I'll just remove you from the spotlight. So now I'm just going to go through a couple of the things that are available, and then we've got the lovely Emma that's going to just talk about ginger. Great time of year to be taking ginger and the benefits, and we've got a lovely recipe that we're going to share about making your own ginger shots with turmeric. So I'll just share this other slide. Got lots of different slides open tonight. Right, what? Just share that. So one of the offers of the month is you get a free Supermint beadlet. So if anyone hasn't tried the Supermint beadlets, if you've tried the peppermint beadlets, they're a quarter of a drop of oil. And the beadlets you just pop into your mouth. The difference with Supermint, obviously, it's got all the mints. So you've got bergamot mint, you've got spearmint, peppermint, I think Japanese peppermint, so quite a gentle one. And these are fantastic to have around in your handbag, because what they do is you can just use it for just settling your tummy after a meal, or sometimes you can take sort of a couple for your tummy, but also pop some in your mouth just to freshen your breath, just before you're about to set off somewhere. They just replace the mints that you would have normally to freshen your breath. So they're a really good addition to your little handbag or whatever. Have them in the car. Useful for kids as well, because they're gentle. Using the gentler mints just to help settle kids' tummies as well if they're feeling a bit sickly. Just on the note about the supplements that we discussed with Joe, we do have a supplement guide actually that's available if you're ever a bit stuck on where to start. So if you just scan that code there, we can make it available after. It covers all the different supplements, because if you're on your Lifelong Vitality, you can get some discounts on some of the supplements, but you may think, oh, I don't know what it's for. So if you scan that code, you'll get the full downloadable guide, which may help you in making your choices. Yeah, so I'll just skip over to ginger. So we're just gonna go over to Emma. She's gonna talk about some of the ways that we can use the 10% off with ginger. Thank you, Emma. I'll just spotlight you.
Hi everyone, I hope that you're all okay. So I'm very excited about ginger, that I actually got it in the post yesterday, so excellent timing. And this one, my teenager really likes the smell of. She's the baker in the family, so she's extremely excited about using this. It smells beautiful, it really, really does, so nice. And that's the lovely thing about this month, is we can get it for 10% off. And we can put it in our food, we can put it in our baking, we can add it to drinks, and it'll really support us. Just notice the little notes down the bottom of the screen, just mentioning about the discount and how you can purchase it. So I have a little look in my book, and it mentions about ginger being really useful for the things that we know, nausea, stomach issues, anything like that. But also supports the stomach in other ways. So if we're having any issues, feeling a little bit stuck, that can help. Adding 1 to 2 drops diluted onto the stomach, or we can take it in a capsule. It can support our immune system as well. So we could put 1 or 2 drops to the bottom of our foot, or again, we could drink it or take it in a capsule form. But it also can help if at this time of year we might be picking up things that, kids gone to school, or we might be in a work environment where there's bugs going around. So this is a really useful time to have ginger. Great with lemon and with lime. And then for cooking, so really looking forward to that. But one of the uses I thought was really interesting, it can help with joint discomfort. So something to consider, a few drops of ginger with peppermint and eucalyptus and a carrier oil. And then that just helps with the joint area. So if you do want more information, hopefully speak to someone who's got a book like this. And the emotional support is also really interesting too. So I found that if you're feeling insecure, or perhaps you feel powerless, or you want to feel empowered, then ginger is a really useful oil to support us, and we can deeply inhale that. And that's mentioned on both the emotions wheel and the emotions compass. And I just thought it was a lovely way to put it. It helps us to believe that it can help us to not feel so stuck, and it can help us to feel like we actually can help ourselves perhaps stop blaming other things for misfortunes and helping us to cope in the moment. I thought that was quite nice. So let's have a look at the ginger shot. I'm looking forward to this recipe. I just love the music. Watching it again. I love that music, it's brilliant. I can see Sammy dancing. It's so good. So I think the next bit is showing us a recipe for a skin scrub. And it looks to be pretty simple with ginger and lime, which I think is a gorgeous combination. Here we go. So we could use the half cup of brown sugar. I've actually not even heard of the turbinado sugar. I will look into that. And use carrier oil.
That's what
Is
is I don't even know, just use normal sugar.
I'm going to have to Google that though. I need to know now.
So do I.
But then with the lime and the ginger, beautiful combination. And I love the look of these ones. Makes me want to eat it. And the lovely thing is that these are all edible. Just put it on your skin though, okay? But that's really nice. And there's another recipe in the book as well that I have, and it's just swapped the lime out for lemon. So again, if you don't have lime, you could try it with lemon. But really beautiful. So yeah, I look forward to doing that oatmeal cookie one. Looks gorgeous. So thank you very much, Rachel, for sharing those.
Thank you, Emma. That's great. Yeah, that would be great to do the little body scrub, a bit of DIYing. Okay, I'll just move over to the next slide. Right, so we have, I'm just going to quickly just have a look in the shop at what's available, because in November they brought out a new set of products and gifts and things like that. So we'll just have a look at what's in your shop now. And I might as well spotlight Deborah because she's bought the shop up, I think, with these, so she'll be able to display these in real life. So obviously we've got the free Supermint beadlets, which should be discussed, and they're free with any LRP order before the 15th. There, and as we said, peppermint, Japanese mint, bergamot mint, and spearmint. Just a really refreshing blend to use for stomach issues, freshen you in your breath, and just to energize you any time of the day. So we've got the Yule log blend, and regardless of the name, we just want to look at what oil's in it. So we've got cedarwood, sciamwood, sandalwood, nootka, and cistus combined with coconut and ambrette seed. So if you're into sort of the woody oils, some of these blends this time of year are really lovely. So we've got some more to come. So that's just the Yule log blend. At first I thought, oh, is it chocolate? But obviously it's a wood. It's a woody blend. We've got I don't think Deborah's got this, so you didn't buy this hooded lamb towel, did you, Deborah? But we've got a lovely gift if you fancy getting a gift for somebody who's just had a baby. A lovely lamb towel with the Karma in it, which has got lavender and Roman chamomile, so it's a really lovely gift for somebody who's got a baby. And I think I'm just going to try and spotlight Deborah now because I've actually, where are you, Deborah? There we are. I'm just going to spotlight you now. There we are. Right. There we go. So Deborah,
Hello.
what have you got to show us?
The first thing is the carousel. It comes in a really beautiful box. You'll have to excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold. Really lovely packaging. And normally I actually hate gimmicky things, but I absolutely love this. And for tonight's purposes, I've just removed all my oils off it. It fits 21 comfortably. If you want to leave the little motif free, but it's sturdy as out and perfect for any room, let me tell you. And it comes with a free cedarwood, which is always a really useful oil to have on hand. And I can't remember, oh yeah, I can't remember how much it was, but I don't think it was excessive at all. And
About
it's
30 something, wasn't it?
was it
With the,
really?
yeah.
Well, I just felt it was money well spent because I needed something to display my oils and something hardy because I'm quite clumsy and heavy-handed. And
Yeah.
it's excellent. I was very happy.
I think it's handy in the kitchen that if you've got cooking oils, you've got your citrus oils, that'd be good to have on the side. Yeah, that's that one there. We've got the unfortunately I won't advertise this too much, but this is actually sold out. It's such a popular one. Obviously, we'll be talking about the benefits of it because we can still get the gua sha stone online at most retailers. And the yarrow pom's available, the bigger size as well. So I won't talk too much about that because it's sold out. But yeah, Deborah, don't rub it in because
I'm sorry. But I bought it straight away just because of getting your yarrow pom.
lovely. Yeah, it's nice to get 5 ml yarrow pom. So we've got the lovely Phenomenal Touch. I think a few of you bought this, haven't you? I noticed. And if you like things like it's a mixture of sort of floral, woody, and sort of citrus as well. So if you like, particularly like, I would say if you like 3 or 4 of a certain blend of oils, then you'll probably like it. So, if you're really drawn to sandalwood, for example, lang ylang, then this might be a good one for you. So this is the Phenomenal Touch, and it's in a lovely velvet drawstring bag. So if it's something you think, oh, I want a nice new pure perfume to use, then you could get that one.
I was just thinking, Rachel, as well, the fact it's got jasmine absolute in there, which is a luxurious
That is the neat.
expensive oil.
That is
It's amazing it's in there.
It's not even sold, is it? And that's a good point. Deborah, you got this, didn't you? The Holiday Love blend. So obviously, some of the names don't be put off by the name. Just have a look at what's in the oil. So Deborah's got it there in front of her. You've been using that.
I have. Since I had my cold the last week or two, I've actually been using this just on my chest. And I have to say, it's super cute and it feels really, really lovely for the entire family. And when I thought of the name Holiday Love, I thought, oh, dear me, it smells really beautiful, I have to say. I've had it in the diffuser. I actually think you could perhaps pop it in the bath with some Epsom salts. It would be absolutely lovely. I haven't tried that yet, but I just felt the whole thing was really, really cute but also practical. That's the thing. It has been very practical. It's been used every day at night.
So yeah, think of cinnamon and vanilla. I mean, and then the frankincense. It's going to be wonderful. Wild orange cedarwood, just a very cozy, spicy, warming blend. And then we've got so this is the time of year if you like woody oils to get them because these are one-off limited editions. So I'm drawn to woody oils and Holiday Peace is one of my favorites. It's got all the furs in there. We've got Siberian fir, Douglas fir, Himalayan fir. We've got vetiver, so very grounding, and a bit of grapefruit just to add that little bit of lightness to it, and frankincense. So you can see the constituents there that they're high in. So really good for joint pain and for the chest, but also diffuse in your home. Just a wonderful scent. So that's available as well. We've also got the resin tray. So if you've got a petal diffuser, you can put your diffuser on that. It's like a marble effect tray. It's solid resin. And then you can put 3 of your oils at the front. So it's handy for just, getting your diffuser on and just swapping your oils out there. It comes with Northern Escape, which is, again, another woody one with black spruce, Siberian fir, Kananga, lavendin, cypress, cedarwood, hinoki, so a lot of wood there, nootka and clove. So a lovely one as well to try. I have all the woodies. And I think that's it. Yeah, we've still got the supplement tray, which I found really handy for putting all your supplements in and your Meta Power. And you can put your PB Assist in there as well. So if you find yourself not getting into a routine with supplements, it might be that your storage is a thing that needs to be out there. As soon as you open it, you know exactly what you're taking in the day. And then we also have the baby collection. I think that's everything there. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now, because we were going to do the Virage, which we still do after 8, but I'm just conscious of the time, so I'm going to stop recording, open up to questions very quickly, and then we'll jump on later. So